rise up early before the dawn, to start out standing, to come on strong, and the time is now. Now is the time. Time is now. Now is the time. You got eyes to see, you got ears to hear what comes calling unto your ear, and speaks for all of us gathered here, to make it all so very clear that the time is now. Now is the time. The time is now. Now is the time. There was a time when the winter came and all the world turned cold. Will be a time when the spring arrives and all the flowers unfold, and the future belongs, oh, the future belongs to the bold. Deeds to do to clear the way before morning comes at the break of day, and all hollow threats they are made of clay, and simply crack and fall away, and the time is now. Now is the time. The time is now. Now is the time. So let us now begin the deeds, to cast the die and to sow the seeds, to realize our destinies, and take our place in his story, and the time is now. Now is the time. The time is now. Now is the time. I'm gonna grab one of these chairs. The height is all wrong on this. Yeah, it's better. Out on the midnight street, underneath the lamplight, bright outside the diamond jewelry windows, dazzling your sight tonight. And there's something in the blood that pounds, echoes in the hollow sound, and it all comes tumbling down in Zurich. Those who would not play the fool must follow in the social mold. Oh, but the well-to-do, beautiful people in public view ain't got time for the likes of you in Zurich. All begins one morning fine when the government money comes to town. A fortune goes to the opera, but not a penny trickles down to the youth center in the middle of town. Gonna have to close it down. Can't afford to have you hanging around in Zurich. All in a shattering instant, and upon that well-remembered night, in a sudden clash with bricks and bottles, comes the most surprising sight. As fired with a smoldering heat, 5,000 angry rebels meet and break every window on that most beautiful street in Zurich. Anarchy on streets of gold, lights a flash and sirens wail. Frightened eyes behind the windows watch the young ones off to jail. Soldiers in their shoulder ranks, armed with water cannon tanks and rubber bullets to protect the banks of Zurich. How can such a trouble be? Is this the writing on the wall? The pillars of society are how they give an anxious call. And orderly they plead for peace, and discipline to say the least. What we need is more police in Zurich. From the gardens of Geneva to the flowered streets of Amsterdam, inside the walls of West Berlin, trouble passes hand in hand. In among these times that be, no future do they see. That's the way it was explained to me in Zurich. shine upon the gasworks parked by the Union Sea. Oh, there's a sign in the water, says don't go in the water. There's something in the water that they don't want you to get on your skin. Oh, but the lights of the city make it look so pretty. And one of these days we gonna leave the city behind. And there is little to be what it appears to be. It's an illusory situation. You can do anything, be anyone, get your mind under this simple equation. It's a tiny spark in the gasworks spark. Oh, in the time that I was born in, well, they got up every morning, went to work, and came home in the evening, and it was always the same. I could have followed in the footsteps, don't know why I didn't. There's something in my thinking wouldn't allow me to jump on that train. And there is little to be what it appears to be. It's an illusory situation. You can do anything, be anyone, get your mind under this simple equation. It's a tiny spark in the gasworks spark. So early in the evening, we go walking in the park in the evening, do a little talking in the dark of the evening, just she and me. Utah Phillips wrote this song a long time ago. It's a song about a night just like this. Cold. And you're wandering around with no place to go. Walking through your town in the snow. Walking through your town in the snow. I got no place to go. Trains are running slow. And I'm walking through your town in the snow. I carry my home on my back. Carry my home on my back. Police always frown every time I lay it down. And I'm walking through your town in the snow. Well, on these little winter towns all look the same. On these little winter towns all look the same. Shelters always close every time that cold wind blows. And I'm walking through your town in the snow. Oh, it's getting late and all the bars are closed. It's getting late and all the bars are closed. It's so cold that I can't think. I could really use a drink. And I'm walking through your town in the snow. There's some fellas jungled up down in the yard. Some fellas jungled up down in the yard. They're cooking up down there, but I got nothing to share. So I'm walking through your town in the snow. Maybe I could rustle up a job. Maybe I could rustle up a job. But there's nothing I can do. My best working days are through. And I'm walking through your town in the snow. I don't ever think I'll find my way back home. I don't ever think I'll find my way back home. I can see my golden years shining through my frozen tears. And I'm walking through your town in the snow. Oh, I'm walking through your town in the snow. I'm walking through your town in the snow. I got no place to go. Trains are running slow. And I'm walking through your town in the snow. I got no place to go. Trains are running slow. And I'm walking through your town in the snow. Snuck up on me there. I had my eyes closed. have this cable here that goes out sometimes, I think. I hope it stays together. It's a great night to be indoors, I think. A place like this. Get some hot coffee from that wonderful person there behind the counter. She drinks her own brews, so you know it's good. When I left my hometown years ago and thought I'd be back soon, my friends gave me a send-off and some money for my room. Had a girl, I guess I loved her. I wrote her every day. She stopped writing, so did I. It's always been that way. I'll just move along. I'll just move along, my friend. Do you out there to do it, my friend? When I get up in the morning, then I go along my way. I could send home a letter if there was something good to say. I can tell you right now they'd dwindle off. You wouldn't hear from me at all. The friendship ties break fast enough, and letters only stall. I'll just move along. I'll just move along, my friend. Do you out there to do it, my friend? Sometimes I feel like riding back to those friends I used to know. That's only when I've known new friends and no new place to go. Sometimes I feel like walking back, but I can't tell you why. I kind of feel that way right now, so I guess I say goodbye. I'll just move along. I'll just move along, my friend. Do you out there to do, my friend? I'll get this figured out by the time it's all over. I learned this song a long time ago. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long ways from home. If the people don't like me, you just leave me alone. Well, it's a dark night, it's raining, and the moon gives no light, and my pony can't travel such a hard road at night. I once had me a sweetheart, and her age was 19. She was the flower of Delta, she was a rose of Celine. Oh, but her parents, they didn't like me. Yes, and now she feels the same. So if I'm in your black book, babe, you just blot out my name. There's changes in the seasons, and there's changes in the sea, and there's changes in my true love, over no change in me. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long ways from home. If you people don't like me, you just leave me alone. That's what I'm talking about. I learned that song from a guy named Billy Dean Andrus. He was a real person. He and I used to play in the same places down there in California. One of them was called the Brass Knocker, and it was in a little town called Saratoga. Saratoga's near San Jose, Lower Bay Area. Billy had a song that he wrote about somebody he knew that the guy's parents had him committed. The guy's name is James. So Billy called the song Saratoga James. And I always liked that title. So I wrote the song about Billy years later. Called it Saratoga Billy. True story. With his wild electric eyeballs and his cigarette machine, he could play that old guitar like no man you ever seen. He was southern, he was central, he was easy, he was mean. He was Saratoga Billy, they call him Billy Dean. He could sound the strings like silver or a dead man in the shade. And it's many lonesome midnight souls that came to where songs are played. He was a rambler and a gambler, and you could not tie him down. As well they do remember in that Saratoga town. Well, one fine day a letter came from the army that did say, we'd like to make a man of you in the old American way. So he got all of his things together and he rode off down the track. Yeah, but in no time at all, it seemed like anyway, Billy Dean was back. Well, he stayed away so very long that in trouble deep he grew. Everybody got nervous, we all worried about him, but there was nothing he would do. Until one day they found him, he was playing his guitar. They put the handcuffs on him, they took him away in a government car. While working on the highway on the stockade crew, he saw a car of people who was only passing through. He waved an arm to signal and they stopped to let him in. And when the guard turned his head around, Billy Dean was gone again. Well, then the army fathers, well, they all got so mad at Saratoga Billy, who had done bad. They puffed and they sputtered, and they almost lost their minds. For in Saratoga country, Billy Dean was hard to find. Well, it's been many years now since I've seen him last, and I just don't have the time to spend on the past. Yeah, but sometimes I wonder, sometimes I think, when it's late in the evening or I've had too much to drink, his white electric eyeballs and his cigarette machine, he could play that old guitar like no man you've ever seen. He was southern, he was central, he was easy, he was mean. He was Saratoga Billy, they called him Billy Dean. He was Saratoga Billy, they called him Billy Dean. So I just kind of played it as they emerged in my brain. And this one logically follows that one. Both of the main characters in these songs, that one and this one, are dead now. They passed away. Billy passed away, and I thought he was laughing at what I just said. I thought, what's up? Billy passed away in 71. The guy in this song, he passed away about 10 years ago. are both Vietnam era songs. Well, I'll tell you a story, my friend, from the Vietnam days way back when. Body counts mountain on the wall. You had to do something about it all. It's when the singer took a trip up to Washington State. It was a good day to travel on the interstate. 2 hitchhikers, all of 19, traveling real light with their heads shaved clean. The singer picked him up, he had room in the car. He says, I'll take you where you're going if it's not too far. We're going up to Canada, they said it kind of slow. Seems like the place to go. Well, you can trust a stranger if you give him a chance, and there's a million stories in a sideways glance. The singer knew he had a long-range view. I'm only going to Seattle, he said, but I'll see what I can do. Now the interstate's a long, straight, blacktop line. You can do a lot of thinking while the time unwinds. Leaving California for the Evergreen land. Pretty soon the singer had a plan. Stopping for supplies like anybody might do. Get a map and a compass and a flashlight too. Canteens for water, food enough to last. Going on to Seattle, but the drive right past. Almost to the border, take the side road to the hill. Here's your map and your compass and a $20 bill. Canada's that way, it's a straight shot. Good luck and goodbye, and don't get caught. And then the singer drove away in a darkening breeze, and 2 shadows disappeared in the evergreen trees. And that's a measure of a war. Try to tip the balance just a little bit more. I was there when the singer came in late, muttering something about the interstate. The songs were good and the music was fine, and that's what kept us going most of the time. And that's the end of my story, my friend, from the Vietnam days way back when, about a singer on the road and the AWOL kid, how you had to do something, and that's what they did. Thank you. I follow kind of a thread of subject matter and also tunings and also guitar cable positionings and keys and that sort of thing. And this one kind of jumped in there. hits you so sudden, you never even see the blow. And all the things you've been missing, they come to crowd around. The way the shadows get longer, when the sun goes down. And it's only one drop of water in a clear blue sky, but it's enough to say goodbye. See the minstrel on the sidewalk singing, you hear the cowboy song, you see the old road traveler passing, looking for a place to belong. See the bird doing aerial dance, see the wing in the sunlight glisten, music everywhere, everywhere. If you know how to listen, and there's only one drop of water in a clear blue sky, but it's enough to say goodbye. Oh, and all of us, way more than we appear, all of that life, all of those years, standing on a beach here, where the land and the water part, and all that really matters is what you hold in your heart, oh friend of mine. How can I say it? When your last great breath of life took my words away, laughing 'cause you have to, laughing in the face of it all. Somewhere forever on the other side of that wall. And there's only one drop of water in a clear blue sky, but it's enough to say goodbye. And it's only one drop of water in a clear blue sky, but it's enough to say goodbye. That's where that goes. Now when I go by Baltimore, I need no carpet on my floor. Come along and go with me, and we'll go see what we can see. Green Rocky Road, promenading green. Who do you love and who do you love? Now you see that bird up in the sky, you wonder how she could get so high. She don't walk and she don't run, but she just flies until the traveling's done. Green Rocky Road, promenading green. Who do you love and who do you love? love the way that the rain sounds on the rooftop over my head of little animal feet. The way the clouds come down so low sometimes, seem to prowl around the alleyways and get into the side streets. And all the world goes soft, and the hard lines disappear, and the echo of the footsteps, oh, that's the music in your ear. And the sing-song river runs all along that little crack. I've been all around the world and I keep coming back. Now the big boats come to the dockside, they tie off and unload, and they stay a little while. You got a bright light Saturday liberty night, gotta do it upright, you gotta do it in style. Maybe hear a little music, gonna have this next dance. Maybe fall in love if I get half a chance with somebody like you. Yes, imagine that. I've been all around the world and I keep coming back. First time I rode a bus to pick me as he hitchhiking, took me clear across town. I said, I ain't got no money, said that's all right, friend, just get on board and lay your burden down. He said, where you going? I said, I have no idea. Well, this looks pretty good, I'll get off here. I went over walking with my guitar across my back. I've been all around the world and I keep coming back. Well, I rode that Fremont Bridge so high one time I could have scratched old Mr. Moon right in the chin. I took a look at the water in the canal down below and I thought to myself, I'm gonna dive right in. Yeah, but I'm too young to go that way, and I ain't ready yet. I don't mind following that thought, I just don't want to get that wet. It's a carnival of circumstance, you have to have a knack. I've been all around the world and I keep coming back. Thanks. Don't forget my tip jar. That's how I get paid. Okay, this is a little story from a town in California called Santa Rosa. Andy Lopez was 13 years old. And he was walking, carrying a toy gun with him, a toy rifle. 2 deputy sheriffs pulled over to the side of the road, and 10 seconds later he was dead. A complicated story. It's not just one way or the other. It's kind of both ways. Anyone not walking with a dangerous toy? How's he supposed to know? He was a 13-year-old boy. They said that it looked like a real gun. Yeah, but Andy didn't have one. Andy was a walking with a dangerous toy. 2 deputies driving on a dangerous day past a field of play. Wearing a hoodie and his skin was brown. Says one to the other, what's he doing around here? And he was a walking with a dangerous toy. Now the one that pulled the trigger was an expert shot. He saw an enemy walking past a vacant lot. Combat tours in the desert sand got her back home to the homeland. And he was a walking with a dangerous toy. 10 seconds of time and the world stands still. 10 seconds is time enough to kill. 13 years old when it all comes down. Never even had a chance to turn around. And he was a walking with a dangerous toy. This American dream is a nightmare for some. You know, it's been that way. And it's still that way. They sell you a toy gun, kill you with a real one. And he was a walking with a dangerous toy. And he was killed from 2 sides that day. One side was a toy that was too real for play. The other was a deputy at the top of his game, armed with a teeth and combat train. There's battle lines drawn against the ones unknown, and the wars we fight are coming home. But the cops weren't soldiers and the guns weren't play, and he never would have died that day. And he was a walking with a dangerous toy. And these are dangerous times for a little boy. And he was a walking with a dangerous toy. had a little incident a couple of days ago with a truck. No laughing matter. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Bicycles all over town. Dangerous streets, they'll run you down. Memorialized among the stars, with wildflowers on your handlebars. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Bicycles as free as a breeze. What could be more humane than these? Like pedal birds, that's what they are. Don't stand a chance against a car. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. This country was built on petroleum wheels, factory whistles and business deals. You could be a trader to the bottom line. You know they don't even see it till it's too late sometimes. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Somebody got hit on a Saturday night. They took a bicycle and they painted it white. Now it's a ghost bike. Poetry and an epitaph, keepsakes and a photograph. Could have been somebody that you almost knew. Could have been you. Ghost bikes. Long time ago somebody invented a wheel. Somebody else said, well, this is gonna be a big deal. Humanity is gonna have to decide whether to asphyxiate itself or go out for a ride. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. You wanna change the world, do it one step at a time. Get out of that dinosaur and leave it behind. Ghost bikes. So write a poem, sing a song. Life goes on, so get back on. Ride for everybody who has ever ridden before. Ride some more. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Ghost bikes. Thanks. A little faster than usual, but I think it had a good groove. You know? I'm playing, tomorrow I'm playing, is it tomorrow? Yeah. It's a very very busy weekend. I'm playing Seattle's first cannabis smokeout down at the Seattle Center. It's a room. It's a little music room called, I think it's called the Next 50. The Seattle Center was 50 years old, and they turned this thing into a music room, and they called it the Next 50. I have no idea what to expect. I don't know. I'm playing there, and I'm also emceeing. So I'll be there for about 4 hours tomorrow. I hope people come. It's free to the public. And you know what? It's legal. Isn't that weird? Isn't that just weird? Here's a little song that you might get along with, all about a natural seed growing wild by the side of the roadway. It's nature's a wonderful weed. Been around so long, it's hard to tell why anyone would think it's new. Love it or hate it, however you relate it, I'll leave that up to you. But isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. History's locked in a cardboard box, and it's hard to take a look. With sidetracked thrills and fantasies all written all over the book. Everybody tells you what to think, and they've got their reasons why. You gotta pick reality up by the scruff of the neck and look it right in the eye. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. Now, the same people that are spreading the fear, the same people that scare me the most, you know, some of them look like they just as soon like to hang you from a lamppost. They talk about what it does to your brain. Well, I just have to react, because Hitler never touched the stuff, and that's an actual fact. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. George Washington was a father of our country, and he had a hemp plantation. Betsy Ross used it to make the flag that flew above the baby nation. They wrote their declarations on paper from that same hemp fiber press, and I don't know what they smoked when they were taking a break, but I got a pretty good guess, and isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. Now it'll calm you down when you're too uptight, you know, it just might make you smile. Use a seed oil in your engine, it will lubricate the miles. Glaucoma and chemotherapy, they say it smooths out the track. So next time you meet a cancer patient, ask them what they think about that. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. Now, I know there's still a lot of parts of the country where it's not legal, so this verse still does hold some weight. I don't know why some people get so upset when you say to legalize it. They'd rather build more jails, arrest more people, and spread more crazy lies. It's like talking to a brick wall. You know, they just don't get the facts. I think they ought to try a little of that Betsy Ross. It just might help them relax. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough for me. So I'll be on my way now. I guess I've taken just about enough of your time. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like my state of mind. But I got mine and you got yours. We give what we can take. Next time I need a breather, well, I might just take a little smoke break. And isn't that righteous? Isn't that good enough? Ain't that the way it ought to be? Isn't that righteous? And isn't that good enough? Righteous is good enough, yes. Righteous is good enough. Righteous is good enough for me. recently because of landlord issues. Yonder come a landlord collecting his rent, with his greedy yellow eyes, his tongue all bent, his padlocked pockets and his padlocked nose, sniffing around my doorway and going through my clothes. How could you treat me so cold? Got a mortgage on my body and a lien in my soul. A brick-pot house with a 2-ray roof. I got a lot of ideas, I'm collecting the proof. I know you like to take, you don't want to give. I got to make a lot of money just to have a place to live. How could you treat me so cold? Got a mortgage on my body and a lien in my soul. But hey, you landlord, I know you well. You run a discotheque, a fancy hotel. You misuse a lot of people that you gotta choke a man. I put on a pair of gloves before I shake your hand. How could you treat me so cold? Got a mortgage on my body and a lien in my soul. What you got no right to see, knocking on doors when you got no right to be. Though your legs are weak, you've been telling lies, and someday somebody's bound to get wise. How could you treat me so cold? Got a mortgage on my body and a lien in my soul. You're gonna get evicted out on the street with no food in your belly, no shoes on your feet. You're gonna walk around from door to door, but nobody's gonna wanna see you anymore. How could you treat me so cold? Got a mortgage on my body and a lien in my soul. You're gonna wake up at the crack of dawn. You're gonna look around and find that your land is gone. You know you wanna be cold, as cold as you please. Well, come next winter, you're gonna freeze. How can you treat me so cold? Got a mortgage on my body and a lien in my soul. Yeah, so yonder come a landlord collecting his rent, with his greedy yellow eyes looking all bent, his padlocked pockets and his padlocked nose, sniffing round my doorway and going through my clothes. How could you treat me so cold? Got a mortgage on my body and a lien in my soul. How could you treat me so cold? Got a mortgage on my body and a lien in my soul. I saw Jimi Hendrix at Winterland. It was 1968. I was in whatever shape I was in that night. The horses were out of the gate. The crowd was wild and fanciful. And when Jimmy took the stand, he had way too many fingers in every one of his hands. I saw Jimi Hendrix at Winterland, and my eyes were glued to the frets. There was smoke and there were mirrors, and there were licks that I will never forget. He wore knee-length moccasins, and he played with his feet out wide. And in between the sonic silences, slipped the notes inside. I saw Jimi Hendrix at Winterland. Yes, I saw Jimi Hendrix at Winterland, and I was experienced then. It was me and my improbable buddies. I have no idea how we even got in. I was out on a date with a butterfly girl. Everybody was spinning around. Nobody got out of there until it was all over and the sun came down. I saw Jimi Hendrix at Winterland. Clouds came in like blankets, and the sun set over the rim. And we were all like skimming stones in the times that we were in. Yes, and if I had my way, I'd do it all over again. Now they made a record out of those Winterland nights. You may listen if you dare. All the music and the multitudes, I know I'm in there somewhere. It was a season of eruptions. It was a beautiful October. Jimmy's guitar said thank you. Yes, it did. And it was all over. Yes, I saw Jimi Hendrix at Winterland. Yes, I did. I saw Jimi Hendrix at Winterland. Yes, I did. Took a bus to Broadway to see the streetlights shine, the rustle of the windy breeze and the shadows in my mind. I'm feeling like a stranger in my own hometown. I knotted up my collar and I walked it around. Oh, stranger, can't you see there's a stranger in me? Oh, open up the door and be a stranger anymore. Oh, stranger, can't you see there's a stranger in me? Open up the door and be a stranger anymore. Lately I've been thinking about the holes inside of me, what it takes to fill them up and keep company. Everybody needs to know the difference it can make, 'cause such a stubborn disposition is a hard one to break. Oh, stranger, can't you see there's a stranger in me? Open up the door and be a stranger anymore. Oh, stranger, can't you see there's a stranger in me? Open up the door and be a stranger anymore. Last time I saw your face, you were turning it away. My mouth was empty, there was nothing I could say. With you in your world and me away in mine, we could have crossed it over, but we never took the time. Oh, stranger, can't you see there's a stranger in me? Open up the door and be a stranger anymore. Oh, stranger, can't you see there's a stranger in me? Open a stranger anymore. Standing at the crossroads, whichever way you go, somebody will be waiting. Maybe somebody you should know. Everybody is a stranger here. We are acting our disguise, reflecting faces from the mirror of our eyes. Oh, stranger, can't you see there's a stranger in me? Open up the door, be a stranger anymore. Oh, stranger, can't you see there's a stranger in me? Open up the door, be a stranger anymore. Be a stranger anymore. Be a stranger anymore. That was fun. I know. I bet a friend you up this thing comes undone sometimes. I bet a friend you never had. Big brother, dear old dad. Man about town, wheels rolling round. Back in the old fresh air, seemed like everybody was there. Harvey Mandel and Sugar Cane. Now it'll never be the same. There he is, and there he goes. There he is, and there he goes. You had a mean right swing, in and out of the ring, for the ones you loved, for the Golden Glove. And on across town trail, riding around with a third rail. And all the boys in blue sure like to get their hands on you. There he is, and there he goes. There he is, and there he goes. I used to sleep on the couch with your scooter on the floor. I guess I won't be doing that anymore. Everything smelled like dogs and motor oil. It was an oasis in the world of turmoil. That's right. You're getting old, you're slowing down. You get a job downtown. You work in the longshore, just like your brother before. You get a wife and kids, best thing you ever did. Yeah, you love those little rugrats, and they love you back. There he is, and there he goes. on the sidelines and they cry. Even the Iron Man gets a tear in his eye. So raise your glass and drink a toast to whoever it is that you love the most. I'm on my way. Every step is a brand new day. Yeah, life is good. It's going by just like it should. Yes, in this old town, sure got some stories to hold it down. And I know they broke the mold. When this story got told, I know they broke the mold. When this story got told. Well, I don't always, but you wouldn't know, would you? No, they're muscle memory. It's in your hands and forearms. It's like maybe 50-50, 50 in your head and 50 in your arms and hands. If I'm not playing the guitar, I can't do it. I can't tell you what the words are. I could tell you some of them, then I get lost. You know, it's weird because I've tried to do that before, and it's just weird. Yeah, and also they like movies. They follow a logical train. Logical for me, at least. Oh, cool. And the rain blows across my window pane, and then the thunder comes and the daylight wanes. But it's only the weather changing as the wheel spins. And I know that when it gets dark like this, it's gonna get light again. When the sunrise makes the east get red, when it's time to go, sets down in the west instead. Like the arc of a lifetime, as it rises up to fly in our great imaginations, constellations in the sky. And I know I made a mess of things. I picked up that same big rock and I let it drop. And by the time I figured out whose foot was underneath, it was too late to stop. And as I get older now, I think back to when I was young, how hard it was to get over some silly, stupid thing I've done. I was trying to live up to something I could never be. I was trying to be somebody else, somebody other than me. But all my skies turned to blue now, all the fences open to let me in. Seems like there's nothing I couldn't do now, thanks to you, my friend. And the rain blows out my windows, but I don't get wet. I don't care which way the wind blows, 'cause it ain't caught me yet. Turn up my collar and I go for a stroll. I roll it up and I let it unroll, just like a wheel when it spins. Here's to you, my friend. judge my sets by how long the coffee lasts. I've got about 20 minutes left. Yeah. I have a really big day tomorrow, and I've had a big day today. I love playing in here. This is just such a blast. It's like playing in somebody's garage, only it's your own garage. When your soul gets hungry and needs something to eat, go down to Soul Food Books in Redmond. Just can't be beat. Find yourself a little bit of a table space, a chair to slide under. Get yourself a muffin or a donut or something. Stand around and wonder. Flip through the books. Check out the art hanging on the wall. Maybe there's somebody playing a guitar. Who knows? You know, you can't win them all. Maybe there's a Buddha out there somewhere made out of popcorn that you can take home. Maybe there's a ceramic dog that'll wag its tail and eat a ceramic bone. You don't know. It's a soul food. Look at what's hanging from the ceiling. It's revealing what's hanging from the ceiling. A pig would start squealing if it was looking at that ceiling, kneeling under the ceiling. All them stars, pirate flags, espresso machines, all kinds of different Italian soda flavorings on the side of the wall there. Hope they don't fall there. Looks like they got stalled there. Soul Food Books. Right across the parking lot. Jesus Christ, imagine that. There's a Safeway or a QFC or something over there. I forgot. There's a great big grocery store or something. They got candy bars and heads of lettuce and old cheese. Right next to a Staples or something selling computers. Jeez Louise. And there's a Radio Shack. A Radio Shack. You don't sell radios and it's not a shack, but that's what they call it. Safeway isn't safe either. It's weird how those names get passed around and everybody just kind of puts up with it. But in here, if your soul is hungry, or maybe it's thirsty too, maybe it just needs a bus stop sort of a place to sit down and rest while it's passing through. It's like that man there, get yourself a something to eat and something to drink and sit down and relax. Plenty of time till April, and that's when you have to deal with your income tax. But you ask me a question, I'll give you the facts. You don't make no income, you don't pay no income tax. That's right. We got paper snowflakes hanging in the windows. Paper snowflakes, man. Paper snow. Pay-per-view, paper snow. Man, there's all kinds of possibilities, you know? Syntactical possibilities, syntactical experimentations. Syllabus of possibilities. Redmond isn't red either. There are no bells in Bellevue, and if there were, you couldn't see them. Yeah, if I had an apartment in Renton, I'd be renting and renting. You know what I'm talking about? A person should never live in a place where they can't make sense of the name. So I keep looking for a place to live where I can make sense of the name. Soul Food. Soul Food Books, Soul Food newspapers and magazines. Soul Food streaming video and audio. Soul Food guitar players. People rocking on stools back and forth, tip jars. People tapping on the glass cases saying, yeah, I like that one there, I want that one right there. Can you put some extra sugar on that, some glazing on that? I gotta be up for a couple of days. No sense in going to sleep right away. I want some extra, give me extra sugar on that. Yeah, I give you some extra sugar. I'll mix it up with orange juice. That way it's kind of more, you know, tactically imperative to your digestional system. Soul Food. Now the counter operator puts on a fire department hat just so that everybody knows that he's on top of it if it comes to that. Little guy on the floor puts a hat on his head instead. Just to make sure that everybody understands that his soul has been fed. orange and red. Yeah, soul food. Yeah, you heard what he said. Taking a hat off. Putting a hat on. Taking a hat off. Putting a hat on. That's what it's all about. That's what life is all about, you know. A lot of us were born with hats on. Spent the rest of our lives trying to take them off. Some people were born without hats, spent the rest of their lives trying to put one on. It's like no matter what you're born as, you spend the rest of your life trying to undo it. Born as a head of lettuce, well, now what do you do? Soul food. That's right. Oh, yeah. I'll never sing it in that key. I'll never get in that key. Hurt myself. But I can do it in this key. Whenever somebody tells you that somebody else is doing something for no reason, you know they're lying. You know, if there's a riot or if there's an uprising or if there's a whatever it is, and the newspapers or your friend or your parents or somebody, the guy in the news says, people have gone spontaneously crazy, there's no reason for this, they're lying to you. This is a song from the Irish Civil War. I joined the flying column in 1960. In Cork, who was Sean Mylan? To Tipperary went Dan Breen. I'm arrested by Free Staters, and I'm sentenced to die. Farewell to Tipperary, said the Galtee mountain boy. We went across the valleys and over the hilltops green, where we met with Danny Lacey, Sean Hogan and Dan Breen, Sean Mylan and his gallant men. They kept the flag flying high. Farewell to Tipperary, said the Galtee mountain boy. We tracked the Wicklow Mountains, we were rebels on the run. And though hunting night and morning, we were outlaws but free men. We tried the Dublin Mountains when the sun was shining high. Farewell to Tipperary, said the Galtee mountain boy. I'll bid farewell to old Clonmel that I never more will see, and to the Galtee mountains that oft times sheltered me. And those are ones who fought for their liberty and who died without a sigh. May the cause be ne'er forgotten, said the Galtee mountain boy. And this is a Merle Haggard song. And I go into a tuning for it and use a special capo because it starts on the it starts with the chorus. And the chorus starts on the 4 chord. And that means if I'm playing in A, the 4 chord is D, starts on that. Well, this is, in this case, doesn't really matter, but it's the 4th chord. So I want that 4 chord to have a lot of power, a lot of voice. So I kind of tried different things, and I wound up with this, and I like it a lot. It's a really cool song, too. It's called Kern River, and the chorus is all about how I'll never swim Kern River again. Well, Merle had a troubled childhood. He was kind of a disreputable teenager. He was being arrested constantly and brought to juvenile hall and wound up being put in San Quentin, actually, when he got old enough. And the thing is, before he was always escaping from juvenile hall. And the last time he escaped from juvie before they put him in the big house, he had to swim the Kern River to do it. So when you sing about how I'll never swim Kern River again, what you're saying, among other things, what you're possibly saying is that I ain't going back there. I'm not going to fuck up anymore. Okay? So this is the 1 chord that the song is in, and this is the 4 chord. And that's cool to my ear. The song goes like this. I'll never swim Kern River again. That's where I met her, and that's where I lost my best friend. And now I live in the mountains, I drifted up here with the wind. I may drown in still waters and never swim Kern River again. I was raised in an oil town, but my gusher never came in. And the river was a boundary where my darling and I used to swim. One night by the moonlight, swiftness swept her life away. Now I live in Lake Shasta. Lake Shasta is where I will stay. There's a South San Joaquin where the seeds of the Dust Bowl are found. And there's a place called Mount Whitney from where the mighty Kern River runs down. Oh, it's not deep nor wide, but it's a mean piece of water, my friend. I may cross on the highway, but I'll never swim Kern River again. I'll never swim Kern River again. That's where I met her, and that's where I lost my best friend. So now I live in the mountains, I drifted up here with the wind. I may drown in still waters and never swim Kern River again. That's where I met her and that's where I lost my best friend. So now I live in the mountains, I drifted up here with the wind. I may drown in still waters and never swim Kern River again. Okay, I got time for one more song. Let me think here. Oh, I know. I want to thank you for coming down. I got a tip jar right there, right in front of that nice gentleman right there. It looks like a soup bowl or something, or a incense capacitator. You know what I'm talking about? A Lungian. Jung's name is misspelled. It's actually Lung. That's not. I used to have a joke about a little boy who asked his father, a 6-year-old or something, asked his father, "Would you, could you tell me about psychotherapy?" And the father says, "I'm afraid not. You're too young." Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I got CDs down here. And I know that most of you probably have these, but Christmas is coming up, and you know someone that doesn't have them but would like to have them. You know what I'm saying? What I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 songs because that's what I like to do. The first one is a old Willie McTell song. Blind Willie McTell. It's called Big Star Fallen. At least that's what I call it. And then the second song is that I'm going to end with is one that I wrote called Everything Is Round. So we go like this. Wake up, mama, don't you sleep so hard. Wake up, mama, don't you sleep so hard. Don't you hear these blues walking all over your yard? I got these blues, I'm not satisfied. I got these blues, alright, I'm not satisfied. Well, that's the reason why I stole away and I cried. Blues grabbed me at midnight, wouldn't turn me loose today. Grabbed me at midnight, wouldn't turn me loose today. I didn't have nobody to drive these blues away. Big star falling, Mom ain't long for day. Big star falling, ain't long before day. Maybe the sunshine this time drive these blues away. sun goes up and the sun goes down, and all the men and planets are spinning around, hanging on to a little green piece of ground. Everything is round. All around the lost town, tubular bells make a tubular sound. The rolling balls go rolling around. Everything is round. You can fantasize a straight line, you can try it if you may, but I guarantee that straight line is going to turn around someday. Everything is round. Crazy man beating on a big skin drum, and everybody waiting for the kingdom come. While every other kingdom just comes undone. Everything is round. Starting from the Mother Earth, learning what a circle's worth, returning to the place of birth, and everything is round. You can calculate the answer, you can call it MC squared, but if space and time are truly curved, there are no squares out there. Everything is round. Well, if God could speak, he'd have to say, forget about the judgment day. There's no straight and narrow anyway. Everything is round. Entropy and institution, a convoluted evolution, revolving every